Day 19 of the Iran conflict has brought severe escalation across multiple fronts. The Islamic Republic is showing clear signs of internal strain, with significant leadership losses and growing civil unrest. The question now is whether we are witnessing the real-time breakdown of a regime that has lasted 47 years. Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei was killed at the beginning of Operation Epic Fury when his compound was destroyed. His son, Mojtaba Khamenei, was installed as successor on March 8th. Since then, Mojtaba has made almost no public appearances. Whether he was injured in the initial strikes, is sheltering in a secure location, or has been removed from view, the absence of the central religious authority is creating serious instability in a system built around that figure. In the last 48 hours, several high-ranking officials have been eliminated. Intelligence Minister Ismail Khatib was killed in a drone strike on his convoy. Security Chief Ali Larijani died in an explosion at a Tehran safe house. Basij Commander Gholam Reza Soleimani was killed during a meeting. These individuals oversaw intelligence, internal security, and militia operations. Their deaths have disrupted command chains and created confusion in decision-making. Iran has responded with large-scale attacks. The 49th wave of missiles and drones targeted Israel, described as one of the heaviest barrages so far. Reports mention hypersonic weapons and cluster munitions striking areas including Tel Aviv and Rishon LeZion. Iron Dome intercepted most projectiles, but the sheer volume is putting pressure on defenses and civilian infrastructure. The proxy fronts are expanding rapidly. Hezbollah has intensified operations since Khamenei's death, launching continuous rockets and drones from Lebanon. Israeli forces have advanced into southern Lebanon with heavy airstrikes on Beirut's suburbs and villages. The conflict is no longer confined to one theater. It now spans from the Mediterranean to the Persian Gulf. Energy infrastructure has taken major damage. Israel struck phases 3 through 6 of the South Pars gas field, the world's largest, which is shared with Qatar. Pipelines and processing plants were hit, causing widespread blackouts across Iran. Factories have shut down and hospitals are running on backup generators. In retaliation, Iranian missiles struck Qatar's Ras Laffan LNG facility, starting large fires and halting production. Saudi Aramco facilities, UAE ports, and Bahrain refineries are now under explicit threat. The Strait of Hormuz is effectively non-operational. Mines have been deployed, fast boats are active, and full closure has been declared. This blocks roughly 20% of global oil flows and a significant share of LNG. Brent crude rose above $105 per barrel in a single session, with analysts forecasting $150 or higher if the situation continues. Fuel prices at pumps have already increased 30 to 40% in many countries. Global supply chains are being disrupted, flights are being cancelled, and recession warnings are growing louder. Inside Iran, protests have intensified in Tehran, Isfahan, Mashhad, and other cities. Demonstrators are openly rejecting Mojtaba's succession with chants against monarchy and dynasty rule. Hardline factions are unhappy with the rushed transition, while reformist voices remain suppressed or silent. The IRGC has publicly pledged loyalty, but repeated losses among senior commanders are raising questions about cohesion and morale. Reports of desertions and unpaid personnel are circulating. Civilian impact is severe. Schools and residential areas have been hit in strikes. Power grids are failing in multiple regions. Casualty figures are in the thousands, with hundreds killed directly in Iran from airstrikes, and many more from blackouts and secondary effects. International condemnation is rising, but no de-escalation is visible. Former President Trump has stated the operation is succeeding without repeating past mistakes. At the same time, several U.S. intelligence officials have resigned, citing concerns over the strategy. NATO has so far avoided direct naval involvement in the Gulf. China and Russia have issued only vague statements, On day 19, the situation is this. Key leadership positions have been eliminated, critical energy infrastructure is damaged or offline, proxy forces are engaged on multiple fronts, and domestic unrest is increasing. The regime's stability is under serious pressure. A single, additional major strike or large-scale uprising could accelerate the breakdown. Whether Mojtaba remains in place, whether missile exchanges continue at this intensity, or whether internal fractures become irreversible will likely become clear in the coming days.